The Board of Trustees of Crystal City Independent School District will meet in special session at 6 p.m. Wednesday, April 21st, 2021, in the Administrative Building Boardroom, 15 West Zavala Street, Crystal City, Texas, 78839. Number one, call meeting to order. Time is?
It's 6 o'clock.
Do roll call and establishment of a quorum. Ms. Carlos?
Mr. Eric Garcia.
Here.
Mr. Ray Espinosa.
I'm here.
Mr. Cruz Mata. Mr. Victor Bonilla III.
Is it?
Mrs. Nora Flores Guerrero. Mrs. Melissa Marquez Guerrero. And Mrs. Peggy Young.
Present.
We do have a quorum. For the record, Mr. Mata has arrived. Time is?
6:01.
Number three, moment of reflection. Number four, audience to patrons for agenda items. Nobody signed up. Number five, action items. A, discussion action to approve resolution 21 through 30 to nominate a candidate for the vacant position of the Zavala County Appraisal District Board of Directors. Dr. Gonzalez?
It's on page 6. This is up for the board to provide a name to the appraisal district to sit on the board. So it's really up to you all. I believe with the vacancy that because of Commissioner Acosta, am I correct? So is that the county's representative to the board?
Yes.
Right, because we have 3 representatives, right? We have Ray, Melissa, and Victor, is that correct?
Mr. Bonilla and Melissa and Mr. Uribe.
Oh, Uribe, okay.
Correct.
But necessarily, it doesn't have to be, this nomination will go to your board and we'll decide.
That is
So,
correct.
and do you have any nominations from the other entities?
Not at this time. Nobody has submitted, Put it here.
So we can nominate, even though we have the 3 board members. Well, we only have 2 board members because Mr. Olivas is no longer a board member. I would like to be nominated. I've been there, I mean, but the board will decide. They will decide. The board members from, yeah. So it really doesn't belong to anybody. It's just an open position. I would like to serve, I mean, like it.
Would any other board member like to nominate?
I mean, I'll nominate Mr. Espinosa if he wants to stay on there. I don't have a problem with that.
I'll second that.
Thank you.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
So it's only one?
Yes.
All right, so I've made a motion to go and nominate Mr. Espinosa.
Can you make a motion as a president?
Can I make a motion?
Yeah, you can make a motion, yes.
I'll second.
I have a second by Mr. Cruz Mata. Questions, comments? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes 5-0. All right, 5B, discussion, action to approve amending board policy DC local on one-time reading. Dr. Gonzalez?
It's on page 9. Now, there's 2 areas there that are highlighted in red. I know that kind of, it wasn't decided, but that was one of the things. The first one is one of the things about hiring, being able to hire teachers on a get-go. The second one, I guess there was some miscommunication between me and Ms. Carlos, and she highlighted it red, but it's up to you. That's not necessarily one item that really we came up with. We discussed it, but I didn't get that as the feeling that that's what the board might want. But the first red is the one that I got the feeling that board members decided that that would be a good idea.
This is the one that you said, like, if you were out there recruiting and you find somebody that's interested, you can sign them there.
Sign the contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
And notice that it's between April 1st and August the 31st, and that's during the recruiting time.
The rest of the time it comes back to us.
And then anybody that we do hire, of course, you are going to be informed. At the next board meeting, you're going to be given the names and why and what place and where they're going.
What if some point, I mean, I don't have an issue with it. I guess the only question is the background. They have to go through it, but
All of that has to go through where,
eventually, I mean,
even before we bring it up to you as a board for approval, they have to go to references, we have to go to backgrounds, they have to do all the rigmarole even before that. So my question would be, I know the first red one, I don't know about the second one. This was, remember, that if the superintendent is given the authority to hire and fire paraprofessionals, then it could be anybody in Crystal City that is eligible. But it's up to you for discussion, or you just want to do the first one. It doesn't bother me either.
Let me ask you a question, sir. So we approve that, we give that responsibility to you. Then if there's a paraprofessional that wants to apply and is related to a board member and falls under the nepotism chart, it would no longer be a nepotism.
There would no longer be
It'll be a nepotism only if there's somebody related.
Yeah, it's only if somebody's related to me,
But
they cannot apply.
no longer
Or the superintendent, because
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be here for a short period, but any superintendent that comes on board, then if they have a family member that is applying for a paraprofessional, or an hourly type of job, then they cannot apply. But anybody in Crystal City other than the superintendent's family could actually apply, because you have no hire and fire authority. It would be the superintendent that has a hire and fire for that particular group of people. So, and why is that? Is because in a small community like Crystal City, you need hourly employees, and everybody's related to everybody. So that's why that might be a good option for the board. So you can have the district has more options for hiring.
I've had discussions with a board member, a current board member from a neighboring school board community, and they have that situation. And they've, according to that particular board member, they've had issues. My question that I had for him at the time, and I think it's pertinent now, is what kind of protocol would be followed, or would we put in writing to make sure that if we do delegate this authority, that the superintendent doesn't go out of bounds, I guess, to be the phrase right now, to make sure that whatever
Criteria.
we have to follow to make sure that the decision is sound.
Let me put it to you this way. In the past years that you all have been as board members, how many are these paraprofessionals, hourly employees you voted down?
Oh, I'm not talking about I'm sorry, I should have qualified my statement. I'm not even concerned about the non-contractual personnel, I'm talking about the teachers.
Okay, what, did you talk to the neighbors to the south?
No.
Oh.
Do they have that situation over there?
Well, neighbors to the south had that situation, But the problem was they gave full authority to the superintendent to hire directors, principals, and all this. I mean, so, that became a problem to them. So they withdrew that. And they said teachers is okay because it's very competitive.
It's a board to the north of us.
Oh, I don't know, I don't know. So.
I was just, and I asked them, did you guys put in a protocol that the superintendent has to follow in exercising that authority?
Well, okay, so this is what should happen. These are teachers, right? So teachers should go through the principal and the principal committee to hire. So it's not the superintendent that does the first recommendation. It is the teacher and the principal and the teachers that make a recommendation to the superintendent. Right? So that's how it's supposed to work. And then the superintendent, of course, can do his background due diligence also to make sure that it's a good candidate. But usually it's done at the I think you might have been in one of these committees to hire people, yeah?
Correct.
So you recommend to the superintendent brings it to the table. But that's how it usually works, and it's still gonna work the same way, but this time it's the superintendent that's going to say, yes, I'm gonna sign up.
I was talking about the situation where the superintendent up somewhere in some, what do you call those things?
Oh, job fairs.
Fair, and it's interviewing potential teachers for our district.
Oh, no.
How do you handle that situation?
Well,
Because if we were to give the authority to the superintendent to hire, that's anywhere.
yeah.
Because you're gonna be representing, the board.
Yes. That situation would be where the principal, hopefully the principal is available. Let's say we have vacancies and the principal is available to go to the job fairs, right? Where the principal will have an input. Or you can tell that person, okay, I want you to go tomorrow to Crystal City and visit with the principal, right? Visit with the principal immediately. In other words, attract them to come so that they can come visit, and then the principal says, yay, vámonos, let's sign. You don't necessarily, the whole idea, we might say that way you can sign somebody at the job fair, but not necessarily do you do that. You can also tell them, come to Crystal City tomorrow and go through the interview, and then we sign a contract.
The thing is, I think here, I mean, what he's trying to do, and I agree, I mean, is that a lot of times, I mean, we have the people that apply, and we're not gonna have a meeting 2 weeks from now, and they go to Carrizo or La Parra or whatever, and whoever's gonna hire them, in this case, I mean, they would go to the principal, and the principal will say, committee, let's get together and say, this is a good teacher. So now they send the recommendation to the superintendent. We don't have to have a board meeting. He will sign it based on the recommendation of the campus people. And we do it right away, having to wait for a meeting from 2 weeks from now. That's how we can catch them sooner.
I understand, sir, as to why this thing is before this issue. And it's an urgent one, it's a vital one. I understand that. But you know, sir, you mentioned something about principals also going to the job fair recruiting. I like that idea.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was already happening in our district,
I don't know if it is.
but pack up the principals with the superintendent, go to the job fairs,
And sometimes it might be the human resource.
whoever, no, for sure, human
It might be
resources.
the
Has to be-
person, the principal.
Yeah.
No, and the human resource and the principal go out there because especially if the principal has 1 or 2 vacancies, right? So the principal tags along and says, okay, let me interview. Now remember, it's a job fair at a college. These have kids. They never have,
I understand.
they just came out of college. In fact, we just made a phone call to Sol Ross University, because what I want to do is get the list of all the kids that are going to graduate from Sol Ross so we can start making phone calls. Right? We need to recruit as quickly as possible. So, now, I think that this allows the superintendent to it's an advantage for the district.
I just said, I wanted to make those comments because, and I see the positives.
Let me ask you, Mr. Bonilla, how do you feel about the non-contractual people?
That one, I don't think I will go that far myself,
So
okay?
you agree with the contract?
One about the teachers, I know that it's happening already in other districts. It does have its positives, and it is very competitive right now. I mean, in the years I've been here on the board, the issue with non-contractual personnel, it hasn't been that much of a big thing because we've gotten the people that we need.
So you could make a motion, Mr.
But I don't know,
I mean, that's what I'm asking, because I strongly believe that, I mean, the contractor with teachers and, especially teachers, I think it's a good idea, like Mr. Espinosa said, they don't have to delay with us on having to, get a special board meeting going or wait for the following regular board meeting. I think it's great. With a non-contractual, I think that's something we can wait on, if any. That's my.
Because they're gonna be, like, I know there's job fairs and sometimes you have to do it on the last, but most of the people are calling for interviews with the committee. They come and say, I think we like you, okay, when can you tell us? Well, I don't know, the next board meeting is in 2 weeks. They say, well, I mean, what? So right then, the teachers, the committee, the principal can say to Mr. Gonzalez, look, we like him, bring him aboard. We don't lose them. We lost a couple like that. I mean, they go to La Prada, they go Carrizo, they go here, whoever.
They're trying to find a job.
Yeah. They wanna-
okay, I'm gonna put it this way. If this type of action has come of age, or it's time for Crystal City to have one, school district, and I'm not gonna be against it, okay? I'm just saying that if it's the time for it, then we need to be competitive.
So just somebody needs to make a motion.
My motion, make the change.
Make both, or make both?
The professionals?
Professional, non-professional, or just professionals?
I recommend we go one at a time, sir.
Okay.
I mean, that's, I'm just recommending, if you wanna maybe change your motion. I don't know what your motion is gonna be.
Well, I don't have the thing, so tell me that I can't. But I'm agreeing to what you're saying. Can I look at it real quick?
It's,
The reds, the top one is for the contracted, the bottom is for the non-contracted.
Okay, define non-contract. Define non-contract.
Teachers.
Huh?
Certified teachers.
Certified teachers?
Teachers.
And then the above one
The
is.
other ones would be more like aides, stuff like that, correct? Hourly employees.
I would say make change for both.
You want me to change for both?
That'd be my motion. I mean, we need to be competitive. We need to, I mean, I don't know how you feel, Mr. Boone. I heard what you were saying, but.
It's just that the teachers, we might, I'm not against doing something like this at the teacher level, because,
I see what you're saying now. Now I get it.
because those come also from out of town. The non-contractual are here.
Like your
Paraprofessional.
directors.
We're not gonna mess.
those are gonna come this way.
Yeah.
Directors and principals.
Teachers.
Teachers,
They're just the teachers?
teachers, just the teachers. I make a motion.
I got a motion on the floor by Mr. Cruz Mata to accept the changes on the contractual personnel only. Any seconds?
Second.
Second by Mr. Espinosa. Comments or questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes 5-0. C, discussion and action to approve the 2021 summer nutrition program budget. Dr. Gonzalez?
Just on page 11, just to let you know, this is a summer lunch program. We are going to have it at Salala and Junior High in-person lunch.
This is for all students in the district.
Yes.
I motion that we approve action item for the summer school nutrition program budget.
Second?
Motion on the floor by Mr. Espinosa to approve the 2021 summer nutrition program budget. Second by Mr. Bonilla. Comments, questions? All in favor, please raise your hand. Motion passes 5-0. D, discussion action to approve the 2021-2022 allotment antique certification. Dr. Gonzalez?
Okay, I believe it's in the board, in your extra board information. At the time that we had to put it on the agenda, the form was not complete. So we did complete it. This is something that you send in to TEA to certify that you are gonna teach the TEKS. And that's what we do. It just,
Mallory,
is routine.
I motion that we,
I got a motion on the floor by Mr. Espinosa. Second by Mr. Mata. Comments, questions? All in favor, please raise. Motion passes 5-0. Sixth, closed session. Note the board will hold a closed session as authorized under the Texas Government Code Section 501.074 of the Open Meetings Act. Time is
6:22.